Hello, guys. Again, Mr. Castillo here. Okay, for this homework, you need to remember that fraction, decimal, and the percentage, they're exactly the same thing. As I told you, and as I told you during class, they're just three different languages or three different ways to represent exactly the same thing. For example, when we were talking in Unit 1 and Unit 3, Unit 1 and Unit 2, I'm sorry, we're talking about fractions, and I teach you about something that we call benchmark fractions. And I told you 3/4. Now, some of you might be able to remind this and have immediately the conversion from a fraction to a decimal. You now know that, well, 3/4 it is exactly the same in a decimal as 0.75. And some of you also know the percentage, that is equal to 75%. Some of you don't. Don't worry. You are going to remember this. So they might be giving you the fraction and they might be asking you for the decimal and the percent. Or they might be giving you the decimal and they will be asking you for the percentage and the fraction. Or they will be giving you the percent and ask you for the decimal and the fraction. So either way, you were trained how to do this. Remember, when you got a fraction and you want to convert it into a decimal, 3/4. If you want to get the decimal, well, you just need to use what we learned that it is called TIBO, top in, bottom out. So you're going to have to do 3 divided in 4. Top in, the 3, it goes inside the house. Bottom out, the 4 goes outside the house. So you need to solve this division. Of course, you need to add some decimals because 4 cannot fit into 3. So here we're going to put a 0. We're going to take the two digits. 7 times 4, that is 28. We're going to do this subtraction. 30 minus 28, that is 2. I bring down my 0. 5 times 4, that's 20. I do the subtraction and that's it. So when we are just moving from a fraction to a decimal, we just need to use TIBO. And when you do the operation, there you have. That is equal to 0.75 or 75 hundredths. Now, if they're giving you the decimal and they're asking you to do a percent, well, you just need to divide that into 100. Remember, when you got 0.75 or 75 hundredths and you want to divide that in 100, you're just going to move your decimal two spaces because you have two zeros. You're going to move two spaces to the right. So 0.75 or 75 hundredths, it is exactly the same as 75%. If they're giving you the decimal 0.75 and they're asking you to get the fraction, it is just a matter of reading this number in the proper mathematical language. Normally, in the day to day language, we read this as 0.75, but the proper mathematical language, it is tenths, hundredths. So you just have to read this in the proper mathematical language. This is 75 hundredths. So that is the same as 75 hundredths. If you simplify this, you will get all the way down to 3/4. I hope this helps. I'm gonna give you some examples. Have a nice day.